needs a holder. We saw the wind wreaking havoc on some folks pregame. Tom will have that story in a minute. This will be a touchback, and BC will start on the 25. Here's Luke's.
Well, thanks, Dave. Certainly, it looks like we're going to avoid the rain from Hurricane Lee, but the wind is fairly substantial, and it was giving both the quarterbacks and the kickers and punters a hard time in pregame warm-up. As it relates to the wind for the quarterback position, it's all about velocity and arm power. Who can rip through and cut through the wind? I think that's actually Thomas Castellanos for BC. He's got tremendous arm talent. And in the kicking game, pay close attention to the wide left type of kicks due to the wind swirling in here. Both field goal kickers for BC and FSU having a hard time.
Second career start for Castellanos. Started last week. They beat Holy Cross. Got a penalty marker down on the first play.
False start. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And unfortunately for BC, that's been the story. I mean, 20 penalties in 2 games, and you get a penalty before the clock even starts to run today.
And as Jeff Hafley told us, it's the pre-snap and post-play penalties that has had him so frustrated. Not the way Jeff Hafley wants to start against this excellent Florida State team.
Kai Robichaux gets the carry and dives past the 20-yard line. So gain of about 3 on the play. Castellanos, a sophomore from Georgia. He was recruited by Florida State as an athlete and ended up going to UCF, where he played quarterback in 5 games. He came in week 1 on the 3rd series, replacing Emmett Moorhead, who started the game. Castellanos has been on the field ever since. And he stumbles here on 2nd down, but keeps his balance, has a receiver open. Caught at the 40-yard line by Joseph Griffin in the Florida State territory, all the way to the 42.
Play action pass, move the pocket, get Castellanos outside, kind of stumbles, regains his momentum, and a wide open Joseph Griffin Jr. talking with Darrell White, receivers coach, thought Griffin can really take a big step this year. He's 6'3", he's talented, and an excellent start for Castellanos, Tom.
Yeah, Dusty, a week ago, if you recall, versus Holy Cross, on that exact same play, opening play of his first start, he missed a wide open target. Clearly more comfortable today.
Gain of 32, all the way to the 43. And now Ryan O'Keefe, they get the ball in his hands. Another transfer for BC from UCF as well. Greedy Vance on the takedown, but that's a good play. Gain of about 5 or 6.
O'Keefe's got excellent speed, Dave. He's a playmaker. He's really developed and tried to hone in on his skills as a wide receiver. Better route runner, better pure catcher of the football. But when you get the ball in his hands, look out. He's explosive.
So 2nd and 5 for BC, which is 0-17 at home lifetime against top 5 teams. That's the 2nd worst record ever. Vanderbilt is 0-27. The last win for BC against the top 5 team was at Notre Dame 21 years ago. Castellanos going to dump it off here again to O'Keefe. And he's wrapped up at about the 34-yard line by Jared Verse, Florida State star defensive lineman. He'll come up a yard short of the line to gain 3rd down.
Steve Shimko, the offensive coordinator, it's very clear. Get Castellanos outside the pocket. Another easy throw.
Big 3rd down. They get it. Robichaux inside the 30. That improved offensive line for BC opened up a hole there for the young back Kai Robichaux.
Drew Kendall, excellent job there at the point at center, the right guard. Christian Mahogany missed all of last year. He's back and running behind the strength of this offensive line for a 1st down.
You mentioned Mahogany and Kendall. Kendall's dad, Pete, great player at Boston College, former 1st-round draft pick. So fresh set of downs for BC. Good opening drive after that penalty to start the game. Gonna run it again here. Robichaux, great balance that time. Kalen DeLoach, who's a terrific player, could not get him down. Eventually, Robichaux hits the deck, but it's after a gain of 4.
But Robichaux, what a story, Dave. 4th string, week 1, just 2 weeks ago against Northern Illinois. Got a lot of opportunity against Holy Cross. He was who they leaned on down the stretch, always falling forward, and you saw the physical running and great balance there on 1st down.
Flags fly. Castellanos with a sweet move, close to a first down, but looks like it's coming back here based on one of the officials' signal.
They get Drew Kindle here for a hold.
Holding. Offense number 66. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
So 2 penalties already on BC, 21 in the year. They lost to Northern Illinois in overtime week 1 and beat Holy Cross late week 2.
Kindle pulling out. It's a little bit too much there at Tatum Bethune, the linebacker, coming downhill. It's that grab, that turn, and an easy call for the official.
So second down and 16 after the hold from the 32. Castellanos over the middle, wide open. Inside the 20-yard line is Lewis Bond, and he's heading to the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College. The coaches told us they wanted to get Lewis Bond involved early. He scores on his first touch.
What a start here for Thomas Castellanos, who just continues to get better and better and better. And the coverage, they just completely lost Lewis Bond wide open in the middle of the field. And an outstanding job after the catch, taking it to the house.
Man, we saw 2 bad breakdowns defensively. 7-play, 75-yard drive that took just over 4 minutes. The extra point makes it 7-0 BC.
Jeff Hafley told us yesterday it's the best team he's had. It's the best start they've had so far. Eagles on top, 7-0.
Well, Boston College head coach Jeff Hafley told us in our meeting with him yesterday there was a noticeable jump in energy and juice from the offense when Thomas Castellanos went in the game on that 3rd series week 1. And boy, you could see it on that drive. What a spectacular start for Castellanos in BC. He was 4 of 4 for over 70 yards passing. He had 2 penalties and still scored a touchdown. And now Winston Wright Jr. on the kick return. Gets some room up the sideline. And pushed out around the 28-yard line. So our first look today at Jordan Travis in his 6th year. Started out at Louisville. The last 5 with Florida State. 4-year starter. He's off to a great start this year with 7 total touchdowns. In 2 games was terrific against LSU. 4 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. And he's 4 total touchdowns away from tying Chris Winkie for the school record.
Such an explosive athlete, has developed and turned to an excellent quarterback. Going to be a real task for Boston College, keeping him in the pocket and not let him get outside and extend plays.
He's going to give it to Benson, and Benson with a good carry on first down. Benson started the game last year against BC with a kickoff return for a touchdown. Transfer from Oregon, 2nd-team All-ACC last year, at 3 rushing touchdowns a week ago against Southern Miss. And he picks up 7 yards on first down here. Quick pitch. Benson gets the edge and has a first down out to the 40-yard line.
Well, he is thick, physical, and tough to tackle. Love watching Trey Benson on film. The latter half of last season, he really started to take over, and he's off to a great start. And talking with the players and staff of Boston College, they were quick to say, number 3, that's who we've got to slow down. That's who we have to keep under control here today.
2 plays, 2 carries for Benson. Play action pass here for Travis, and he's got his big receiver Johnny Wilson for a first down into BC territory. 6'7", 240-pounder who's had some trouble with drops, but he pulled that one in for 19 yards.
Play action, roll the pocket, and an excellent find by Jordan Travis. 6'7", 240, Johnny Wilson over the middle.
Empty set. Travis with a quick throw to Benson, who was lined up on the perimeter. And he's brought down after minimal gain by Cam Arnold. Pickup of 1 on the play.
Good effort to the football there by Cam Arnold. These linebackers, Arnold, Vinny DePalma, going to have to really do a good job tackling between the tackles and out in space against this offensive weaponry Florida State's going to pose here today.
Lawrence Toafili checking in at running back now. 10 carries, 5 catches so far in the year. 2nd down and 9 for Travis and the FSU offense. Toafili trying to cut it back, and he's stepped up at the 39, just a gain of 2. Arnold in there first. for BC.
This is where they want to get Florida State third in predictable type of situations. Keep them behind the chains.
Fourth year for Mike Norvell. 10-win season a year ago, their first winning season since 2016. A lot of people wondering, is Florida State back? Are they a national title contender once again? They've got Clemson next week. You wonder if they're overlooking the Eagles a little bit. Third down and long. And they're going to keep it on the ground with Toafili driving the legs, but is stopped short about 3 yards at the 35. Let's see if Florida State goes for it. With the wind, kicking a problem anyway, and you're looking at a 52-yard attempt.
You've got a veteran quarterback, this type of offense. I think it's a no-brainer. I think that's built into that call on third down. Mike Norvell, without question, going to go for it here. Quarterback run game. Very big possibility here with Jordan Travis.
Yep, he's got 25 career rushing touchdowns. They need to get to the 35, or the 32-yard line, rather. Snapping it from the 35 on fourth down. Again, Toafili shifting into the backfield. Travis to throw, and a flag is down. The pass is caught down the sideline by Johnny Wilson. Inbounds at the 14 to move the chains. Let's see what the penalty's about, though. Gain of 21 if it holds up.
Like Amari Jackson might have jumped off sides.
It's a completed pass. Offside. Defense number 24. Penalty is declines. Result of the play is a first down.
Amari Jackson outside. You know, he was listening to this snap count. Excellent job by Jordan Travis. How about this catch, though? The concentration up high, fully extended. Mike Norvell said that's when Johnny Wilson's able to really make quality catches. He had some drop issues a week ago. Boy, what a great start for him in this opening drive. Excellent concentration on the sidelines.
So first down at the BC 14-yard line. Travis to throw into the end zone. Incomplete. Keon Coleman could not pull it in. Elijah Jones in coverage. No surprise they went to Coleman in the red zone. He had 3 touchdown grabs against LSU week 1.
Well, back shoulder. Keon Coleman tries to bring it in with 1. It's a good job by Elijah Jones. 6'2". He's got excellent length. They're going to need him to step up today, Tom, with that length against these tall, long receivers from Florida State.
No doubt, and Keon Coleman got up off of that and pointed to the sky, telling his quarterback, hey, throw it up high for me.
So second down and 10. They're going to run it here with Rodney Hill, who's checking into the game, and he's drilled at the point of attack. Boy, Cam Arnold off to a great start. Senior from West Bloomfield, Michigan, came to ball today. Third down and long.
It's a really good opening possession by Cam Arnold. Another third and long for this Florida State offense. They split the difference the first time and convert on that big fourth down.
Third and 8. Florida State has won 8 games in a row, 4th longest active streak in the country. Georgia #1 at 19 straight. Seminoles won their final 6 games last year, off to a 2-0 start this year. As you see wholesale substitutions here for Boston College.
You get this trips formation down to the near side.
Travis, pressure off the edge, and his pass is incomplete. He had to rush it. He was trying to hit Keon Coleman, and it's 4th down.
Pass behind Keon Coleman. Decent coverage by Elijah Jones, but if that pass is out in front, I think Keon Coleman is taking off and running with it. Just a little bit too far out in front, unable to get his hands on that football. Norvell checking in with his quarterback.
Ryan Fitzgerald 2 for 2 this season. Both have been short field goal attempts. This will be a short one as well. 30-yard try. And so Florida State comes away with points, but still trails Boston College midway through the first quarter here at BC. Well, the final of that game back in 2017 was 35-3 Boston College. First win for the Eagles over FSU since 2009. Largest margin of victory over the Seminoles in program history. Today, the 10th annual Red Bandana game. BC all-time 4-5 record.
Amazing, amazing story about Wells Crowther. Just an incredible display of heroism. And I just think it's awesome, Dave, the way Boston College has embraced him. And this red bandana game is something special, unlike anything we see in college sports.
His mom, Allison, here again today, sending and handing out red bandanas to all the folks coming into the stadium. Touchback here. Let's go to Kevin Nagandi in the studio.
Dave, time now for our All-State Good Hands play of the day. And let's start number 15, Kansas State at Missouri. Boog, Will Howard, and tip, and then there is Phillip Brooks.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, Kev, on the all-out blitz.
And then Missouri responds, Cook to Luther Bird, and wide open.
It's amazing the safeties are minding their own business, man, and the guy gets deep.
7-all on the SEC network. Dave, back to you.
All right, guys. Everybody choosing to wear their bandana differently. We've seen a little bit of everything here. And the players all have them. And again, no nameplates, just 4 wells on the back of every jersey as Castellanos can't get free. Tripped up by Renardo Green and Braden Fisk. A short pickup there. Gain of 1 for Thomas Castellanos. Great opening drive. Most by a BC quarterback since Matt Ryan. Wow. 76 passing yards on the first drive of the game.
It's a notable name, to say the least. And Castellanos, his second start since high school. You could tell he's confident. We met with him yesterday. He's in a good place. And this team believes he can do special things.
Barfield on the carry, can't spin away for positive yardage. Joshua Farmer there first. Thomas Castellanos played well last week, but made a big mistake. Got a taunting penalty in that game, and the coaching staff was really upset with him. They gave him several options of punishment. He chose to call the Holy Cross athletic director and personally apologize. He also posted a couple of social media things apologizing for his actions.
Said that's not who he is. It showed some immaturity, but a mature act by making that phone call.
And on 3rd down and 8, he dumps it off here. Robichaux, and he's going to be really close. They're going to mark him just short at the 34-yard line. 4th down and 1. Castellanos wants to go for it, and they're keeping the offense on the field here. What do you think of this call? Inside your 35-yard line, you got to punt it, right?
We saw them do this against Holy Cross a week ago. I don't think you do that against this front.
Yeah.
We haven't talked a lot about them yet, but one thing that separates this Florida State team and defense from ones of recent past, that defensive line, that depth. Go back to the LSU game, opening possession, 5 different plays from the 1-yard line. They held them out. It's the right call here by Jeff Hafley.
You thought about it for a while and then decided to send the punting unit out there. Now we have an official timeout. Maybe they'll look at this further.
Boston College, their first media timeout.
So it must have been a play clock situation there, and that's why Hafley called the timeout. Did take him a while to make that decision. SEC in the swamp to take on Florida, 7 Eastern time, and then Coach Prime with game day in Boulder today. Deion Sanders and company ranked 18th this week. Colorado taking on Colorado State at 10 Eastern time. We'll talk about that game throughout today's broadcast, but first things first, BC deciding now to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 1 from the 34-yard line. Robichaux drives the legs and gets it. Boy, I don't know, risk reward. I mean, you might be punting in 3 plays anyway, but it does send a message to your players that you believe in them.
And Castellanos, during that break, he was over there pleading with the coaching staff, let's go for it. They lean on Robichaux. They did it last week against Holy Cross. And here again, big 4th down conversion for the Eagles.
So fresh set of downs on the BC 36-yard line. Another run play. Robichaux out to the 39 for 3 yards, wrapped up by Farmer.
Inside on the interior of this Boston College offensive line, they feel that that's the strength of this offense. Getting Mahogany back, a couple of transfers come in on the left side, 135 total starts. They were decimated last year with injuries. They're healthy, they're in a good place, and they're taking on one of the best and deepest defensive lines in college football. That, in the trenches, is where the fight's going to be today.
2nd down and 7. Another handoff, and this time nowhere to go. Kalen DeLoach all over the running back, Cam Barfield. And that will go down as a loss, so it'll be 3rd and long here, 3rd and 8.
And DeLoach makes the tackle, but it's Fabian Lovett back, healthy, doing a good job, getting good push on the inside, nowhere to run the ball.
An injury to an offensive player.
And you just talked about the offensive line and their left tackle. Logan Taylor, shake it up, transfer from Virginia. He started there a year ago. So injury timeout with 2:55 remaining in the first quarter, and Boston College up on number 3 Florida State 7-3. This season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, All-State will make a contribution to the university's general scholarship fund. Thank you, All-State. Overcast skies, windy day. We thought it was going to be a downpour with dangerous winds, but surprisingly, when we woke up this morning, not very windy, a little bit of rain. Thought the weather might actually favor Boston College, but great start for the Eagles despite the weather being somewhat innocuous, and a huge running lane for Castellanos, and he's got speed. Runs out of play at the 32-yard line. We've seen 3 breakdowns defensively, 3 huge plays. That one goes for 27.
Our 55, Braden Fisk, he comes inside and opens up a big gap in the rush lanes. Castellanos recognizes it, and he makes this defense pay. You've got to stay quality 2-by-2 and really try to bottle up a player like Castellanos. What a start for him, and a big pickup on 3rd and long.
Dusty, I love the formation. Quad receivers, 4 receivers to the bottom to open up the top of the field.
Castellanos is the leading rusher for Boston College. Going to flip it downfield. The catch is made at the 15 by Joseph Griffin, his 2nd catch. And once again, BC moving the ball at will on the Florida State defense. That's a 20-yard gain.
Well, it's a good pocket here from the offensive line. Able to stand there behind his offensive line, survey the field, and a strike to Joseph Griffin. Excellent job blocking that up. And a quality throw here once again by Castellanos.
We were watching him in warm-ups. He's got an arm. And again, just the boost that he has brought this team as another penalty marker is down.
False start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's on Mahogany, but Jeff Hafley said he felt he owed it to Emmett Moorhead, who was here last year, to have Moorhead start week 1. But he sensed it early on that Castellanos was better and that he could move the team down the field, so he made the change on the 3rd possession. They ended up losing that game to Northern Illinois. They didn't look great against Holy Cross, but wow. And again, he told us yesterday, we were kind of in shock when he said this is the best team we've had, because they had a winning season back in 2020. But so far so good here today in the first quarter. And a timeout called.
Timeout. Boston College. Their 2nd. 30 seconds.
So 2 timeouts already. Looked like that was going to be delay a game, but they were able to call the timeout before the play clock expired. All right, we'll be back in 8 seconds. Now a look from Ram Trucks.
Ram Trucks, built to serve.
So Jeff Hafley's first year, they go 6-5, 6-6 the next year. Last year, 3-9, bad year. This year, barely beat an FCS school, get beat by Northern Illinois in overtime week 1. You and I walked out of that meeting like, huh? With all the positive talk, but so far it looks like he was right.
He was adamant. This is their best team. He said he thought they were tight, and he said this week, thought that in this game, thought they'd play more fearless, play more loose, and it's exactly what we've seen here so far. And speaking of fearless, when you're going for it against this front on 4th down on your side of the field, coach backing up his players here.
Play fake, and now a pitch. O'Keefe looking to throw. That got batted. Incomplete. Got deflected. Otherwise, there was a receiver open downfield. Shaheem Brown was in the area there for Florida State.
Zaire Thomas does a quality job getting his hands up and deflecting that pass. Steve Shimko pulling out all the stops here early in this ball game. It's been an excellent game plan. A lot of move in the pocket on that initial drive. And we've seen Castellanos make some plays with that athleticism.
Still, the penalty's got to cut down on that if you're BC. 3 already here in the first quarter. Going to keep it on the ground with Barfield. I think it's twirled to the turf by Deloach. Only returning player on this Florida State defense to start every game last year. He's a little shaken up, though. 3rd down and 15.
He plays with great speed. You know, talk with Adam Fuller, called him their energizer. Always has passion and emotion on the field. And a nice play on second down.
Castellanos 6 of 6 passing for over 100 yards and a touchdown. You would imagine he'll sling it here on third down and 15 from the Florida State 20. Castellanos instead takes off, and he's got some room inside the 10 and close to a first down at about the 6-yard line. Tripped up by Kevin Noles on what will be the final play of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Will it be
called his number? Be surprised if we don't see this as an inside run.
And it will be right behind the center and the right guard. I think he got it with his momentum, even though he was pushed back by 3 Seminoles. It is a first down for Boston College. First and goal from the 4.
Run right behind the strength of this offensive line. Big right guard, Christian Mahogany, center, Drew Kendall. Get just enough push, and Robichaux leaning forward. Just enough to move the sticks.
13th play of the drive. This is a 6.5-minute drive. They're keeping that potent Florida State offense on the sideline. Maybe a broken play, maybe not. Castellanos pass broken up, incomplete. Kevin Noles stepping in front of the intended target, George Takis, who was open.
I can't tell you how good of a play this was by Kevin Noles, playing center field safety. He reads it, he feels it, and he jumps that route, or else it's a touchdown for BC. Big time play by Kevin Noles.
Noles, a junior from Hollywood, Florida. No Akeem Dent today. Their starting safety is out due to injury. So it's second down and goal for Boston College, looking to add to its lead. Quarterback run. Castellanos can't find any room. And Bethune wraps him up at the 3. It'll be third and goal.
Slight hesitation by Castellanos, and a nice job by Tatum Bethune to get him on the ground.
Dusty, I feel like that's twice there's been some backfield miscommunication in terms of the mesh point and where Castellanos is turning off as opposed to where his back's going. He ends up in the right place. Doesn't seem very organized.
Yeah. They go with a trips formation to the bottom of your screen here on third down and goal. Ball on the Florida State 3. Castellanos checking at the line. Play clock at 1. They got to snap it. They get the play off in time. Castellanos moving to his right and throws it away. Fourth down. Do you go for it again?
No, kick it.
Take the points.
Take the points, absolutely. Really good coverage by the Florida State secondary. Castellanos didn't have any pressure on him all day to survey the field, but no one open in the end zone. I tell you what, bend but don't break. It's a nice job by Florida State defensively, forcing BC to settle for the field goal.
So Liam Connor on for the short field goal try, 21 yards. 2 for 2 on the season. And he puts it through to make it 10-3 Boston College. The Eagles have owned time of possession, and they have the lead in the second quarter. We'll talk about it on NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Jets and Cowboys tomorrow. 2 Monday Night Football games for you, with the Saints and Panthers 7 Eastern time on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. Then the Browns and Steelers on ABC, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, also on ESPN+. Look at the time of possession, 12 minutes to 5 minutes, 22 plays run by Boston College, 10 by Florida State. Thomas Castellanos was perfect, 6 of 6 before those 2 incompletions to end that drive. Let's check in with Kevin in the studio.
Dave, couple games. Let's take a look at Louisville. ACC fans watching this team taking on Indiana. Jack Plummer to Jamari Flash.
Really good job of setting the route, going to the outside, and then bursting upfield, quarterback hitting his stride.
85 yards to the house, 14-0 Louisville on the road. Meanwhile, number 14 LSU, 11 a.m. local kick in Starkville, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors in the slot fade, giving the quarterback a lot of room to the outside. Great throw by Daniels.
10-0 Tigers on ESPN. Back to you.
I thought I heard somebody on game day say today that Jaden Daniels is going to be benched in that game. Did I hear that correctly? I can't remember who it was, but guessing that's not going to be the case. Meanwhile, Florida State 4-8 when trailing after the first quarter under Mike Norvell. Again, that's maybe a little bit unfair. First 2 years, he was cleaning up after Willie Taggart's mess. They had 2 rough seasons.
It's a veteran team, a lot of experience, a lot of leadership. They're a confident team, and they've already shown the ability to overcome adversity. Adverse here early on in Chestnut Hill.
And there was some movement there by Florida State. Did BC come across first, though?
Delay of game. Defense, number 4, disconcerting signals. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I saw that. He didn't jump, but you can't motion with your hand or anything and yelling at an offensive lineman to try to get him to jump. So good call there, and a free 5 yards. Another penalty on BC. Non-football act by Neto Akpala. Pitch to Benson, got the corner, and picks up a first down. Good run by Benson to the 36.
Physical piece of running. Got counter motion to the field, little toss to the boundary. Nice job by Trey Benson lowering the shoulder and pushing forward for a first down.
Benson just under 1,000-yard rusher last year. 9 touchdowns on the ground. Gonna get another pitch here, and no running room this time. Elijah Jones, 6th-year player, had the tackle. Coming up from his corner spot to make the play.
Nice job forcing that back into his help. Donovan Ezaraku, they're on the tackle as well, and he's their best player defensively. 14.5 tackles for loss a season ago, 8 sacks. He is relentless, productive. Coaching staff just raving about their defensive end yesterday.
It's a lot of substitution here, allowing Boston College to get some fresh legs into the game.
Which means that game clock keeps running, which only helps Boston College.
Yep.
Travis flushed out of the pocket, throwing on the run, and it's caught by Toafili. Steps out of play after he picks up the first down, and a gain of 19 to the 45.
Well, BC loses contain, comes inside, and an excellent job by Jordan Travis. That's when he's at his best, on the move, on the run, and a dime to Toafili, who's such a good pass-catching running back out of the backfield.
That's his 6th reception on the season. Now for the BC 45. Travis will keep it inside the 40. First down for Travis, and stays in bounds before he's finally run out at the 28. That's a gain of 17 yards for Jordan Travis on the ground.
Boy, just like that, Florida State on the move. I love the read here. He freezes the defensive end, forces him to come inside, and then he gets to the perimeter, and a nice pickup for another first down.
Florida State record holder for rushing yards by a quarterback. Another penalty flag.
Ball start. Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jeremiah Byers. 2 starters on the offensive line are down for the 2nd straight game for Florida State. Maurice Smith and Robert Scott, but they do have in Darius Washington and Bless Harris a lot of experience.
Darius Washington, I mean, he started all over this offensive line throughout his career. And Bless Harris, a starter previously as well. So they feel that they've got good depth. Hopefully get those guys back here very soon.
After discussion, there is no foul for false start. Delay of game. Defense disconcerting signals. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
So that is the 2nd time, and this is something we touched on at the outset of the game about Boston College can't stay out of its own way. They got 24 penalties in just over 2 games. You can't win that way.
No, you can't. Jeff Hafley is hot over there talking with the side judge.
Maybe he should be talking to his defensive lineman. First down and 5. Giving a great offense 5 free yards. Not a good idea. And they've done it twice already on this drive. Play clock down to 3. Toafili up the middle. Inside the 20. Close to the first down at the 18-yard line.
I can take a look at that penalty, see if we can pick up on what Boston College is doing.
I didn't think that was a penalty. I understood the first one was. That one didn't look like anything abnormal.
Right. Maybe we can get some clarification from Matt Austin, but that was puzzling on that call.
Travis, bootleg. Catch is made inside the 10, inside the 5, and a touchdown. Jaheim Bell, transfer from South Carolina, gets Florida State within a point of tying the game.
So many weapons on this Florida State offense. We haven't even called Jaheim Bell's name yet. And then you can see what he's able to do with the ball in his hands. Little play action. Again, move the pocket, boot action. No one's there to account for Jaheim Bell. Makes the initial defender miss. Takes it to the end zone. Excellent response on the second position by Florida State.
6-play, 75-yard, 3-minute drive. And the point after evens the game at 10 apiece with 10:23 to play in the first half.
Let me be direct. You're watching football
Every year for his bravery and selflessness. Wells worked as an equities trader in the South Tower, but he wanted to be a firefighter. His bravery was on full display in a spectacular manner that day that unfortunately cost him his life but saved many others. Ryan O'Keefe, nice return, but a penalty marker is down. Shocker with the way things have gone for BC this season. Well, in training camp, one of the things that Boston College, well, hold on, we'll get to that in a second. Let's get you the penalty. This would be penalty number 6 on BC in the first half. Wow.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 20. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
So one of the things that Boston College did in training camp is called the red bandana workout. And one of the things they do at the end of the workout, after the players have gone through a grueling set of drills, they have to run the stairs here at the stadium, and it's based on the number of stairs that Wells Crowther ran up and down in the South Tower on 9/11/2001. And the players have to sprint those stairs. Run play here for BC. Not much there for Robichaux. Maybe a half yard.
And talking with those players, they have a great appreciation, understanding of what the red bandana game is all about, what that workout is all about. And you can tell by the look on their face, it ain't easy, and it's not meant to be. It just continues to further the legacy of Wells Crowther here at Boston College.
See how the Eagles respond to that quick scoring drive by Florida State to tie the game. They have 2nd and 9 from their 10. Castellanos going to dump it off to Barfield. And he can't make the first man miss. Great play by Azarie Thomas to pick up the running back and spike him.
Excellent tackle on the perimeter. Thomas plant drive and puts the Eagles receiver to the ground very quickly. Good start here to this drive by Florida State.
Yeah, Dusty, now you're backed up 3rd and long, not where Boston College wants to be, because field position's now going to get involved if they can't convert here. Put Florida State on a short field.
Going to be smart here, right, Tom? Quarterback run game, maybe some screen action. Yep. I want to make a mistake, come out of your own end zone.
And again, you got the wind as a factor impacting the punting game. Another penalty marker. My goodness.
Ball start. Offense number 66. Ball half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
It's on Drew Kendall. My goodness, 7 penalties. And not even a quarter and a half. 26 on the year.
Cannot get out of their own way at this point in the ball game. That was something Jeff Hafley was emphatic about. Talked with him yesterday. Playing a cleaner game, and it's the pre-snap penalties just driving him crazy.
So now you're backed up to your 5. 3rd down and 14. And it's just going to be a quarterback run. Castellanos though has room past the 25. He's still going. And then scoots out of play at midfield. A 45-yard run when they're backed up on their own 5-yard line with momentum suddenly
comes up off the right side. You had to be anticipating quarterback run backed up from your own end zone. Boston College blocks it up well, and Castellanos once again makes the Noles defense pay.
You notice, too, he's not taking hits. He saw the angle coming. He got out of bounds because he's been getting hit a lot the first 2 weeks.
And to be smart, we talked with him about that yesterday. Already 90 yards on the ground here in this first half.
And that was an enormous play because otherwise you're punting from the back of your end zone. Robichaux up the gut. Man, they are moving this terrific defensive line by Florida State off the ball. We've called Jared Verse's name once already in this game. And that's it. 7-yard pickup there for Boston College.
And it was the left side. And 55, Braden Fisk, the defensive tackle, Western Michigan transfer, who's been great. He got mushed 5 yards down the field. Jude Bowery, backup left tackles, come in for Logan Taylor. And Kyle Hergel right there, paving a path for Mr. Robichaux.
So 2nd and 3 at the Florida State 42-yard line. No movement again.
Wow.
8 penalties.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's on the right tackle, Ozzie Trapillo, whose father, the late Steve Trapillo, was a terrific player at Boston College, went on to play in the NFL. The offensive line has played well, but they keep making mental errors. So now it's 2nd and 7. I mean, if you're Mike Norvell, you're saying that this team is gifting us play after play, whether it's on offense or defense yardage, and we're tied with them. Quick throw, open receiver, tight end Franklin, first down, and finally ran out of real estate, lost his footing at the 32-yard line, but a gain of 15.
Easy throw into the flats to Jeremiah Franklin, tight end. A nice job after the catch, running through the tackle of Thomas on the perimeter, and wanted to get Franklin more involved. Didn't play a lot against NIU. His role really increased against Holy Cross, and they feel that he's earned that opportunity to get more playing time. Nice run after the catch by the tight end.
And the transfer from UCF, Castellanos going to work again. Screen, Robichaux, and he's able to break a tackle. Boy, he's hard to get to the ground, Robichaux. How many broken tackles today? That's a gain of 5. At least 5 or 6 times he's been able to break free for extra yardage.
Nice job setting up the screen. Robichaux just gets outside. A couple of Nole defenders who try to chase him down. Good balance that he kept before he went out of bounds.
So 2nd down and 6. Another penalty. 9 in the first half.
Tom, is there something with the cadence from Castellanos that's throwing off the O-line?
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
No, Dusty, to answer your question, and what's strange about it is look at how quickly this is happening when they get on the ball. He's barely into his cadence, he's barely into his clap, and they're making a mistake up front. So I don't know what's happening with the miscommunication, but it appears to be happening prior to Castellanos getting into his cadence.
Well, yesterday Hafley told us there's some times where Castellanos will get up there and he'll say something too loud, and it will be alarming to the offensive lineman. Trying to get outside as Barfield tackled for a loss back at the 40-yard line by Patrick Payton, the rookie of the year on defense in the ACC a year ago. It's going to make it 3rd and 11.
Well, the sky's the limit for Patrick Payton. He is twitchy, he's got speed, and good feel here as he's going to get up the field and get the tackle for a loss. Excellent job feeling it out, staying square, getting vertical, and setting up 3rd and very long for Boston College.
3rd and 18 here on the 40.
Dusty, they got to keep Kai Robichaux in the game at running back. Cameron Barfield just too small. You can't break tackles.
See what Castellanos does here. And a throw downfield. Oh, it was through the hands of an open receiver. Takis, the tight end, he might have been short anyway. But now you're looking at a 57 or 58-yard field goal. There's a penalty marker on the far side of the field.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 11, is covered up. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
That would have been the 10th penalty on Boston College, but they decline it. Now, if you're BC, you probably have to punt it here.
And Takis got to be able to catch that football over the middle. Again, good protection, no pressure on Castellanos, and he puts that ball right on the money, and Takis unable to bring it in.
Sam Candotti to punt. Keon Coleman is deep. Hangs up in the air, and the fair catch made at about the 12-yard line. Inside 5 minutes to go in the first half. We are tied at Alumni Stadium. Is it a matter of time, Kevin, for Florida State? Just tied the game on the last drive. Run play here for Rodney Hill, getting the edge at the 20, past the 30-yard line before he's banged out of play. Gain of 14 to start this drive.
I love the jump cut and watch the vision. He sees it open up to the outside. Quality block there by Bless Harris, pulling around. Speed on the perimeter. Boy, 29 for Florida State. He's going to be the next good back. You could tell, asking the staff about him, explosive and elusive and a big pickup.
Gonna give it to him again here. Running room again off the right side. Another first down. Starting to run the ball on BC here. Tied the game on the last drive. 12 more yards there for Rodney Hill, who had just 27 carries a year ago as a true freshman. At 10 coming into today and 3 already here in the first half.
Good movement along the right side of the offensive line for Florida State. Keandre Jones, Darius Washington, Jeremiah Byers doing an excellent job paving a path for Rodney Hill.
4-minute mark. Jordan Travis. Touchdown pass on the last possession. Gonna throw it here. Looking downfield. Everybody covered. Backing up. In trouble. Gets away. Flag down. Another flag pass across the middle is caught for a first down. We'll see if it comes back. Darian Williamson on the catch. Will this be the first penalty of the day against Florida State?
It's on BC. Foul. Face mask. Yeah. Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. Automatic. First down.
Jordan Travis having double duty today. He actually made the call for the official before he threw the pass. As he's going to roll to his right, face mask get grabbed. He kind of signals to the official just to let him know, hey, he got me right there. And talking to his receivers, it's a really good job by Williamson working back to the quarterback. And Jordan Travis, so elusive, extending the play, eyes down the field, and locates his target.
10th penalty of the half by BC. None by Florida State. And the ball at the BC 30. They're going to run Benson. Cuts it back and down to the 25-yard line for a gain of 6. Well, we talked with Jordan Travis this week, and he touched on his confidence, how much his confidence has grown the last couple of years. There were a lot of people a few years ago that weren't sure about him, whether he could succeed at this level, but had a terrific 2022. And in the Heisman conversation 2 weeks in, yeah, I know it's 2 weeks in, but a lot of people talking about Jordan Travis nationally.
And they should be. And boy, does this quarterback love his head coach, Mike Norvell. And, you know, Mike Norvell, he told us he's never lied about one thing. He's always told the truth. He loves me hard, and he coaches me hard. And these two together have been great these last couple of years.
Benson trying to find running room, busts it to the outside, hugs the sideline, and picks up about 4 yards down to the 21, close to a first down, and it looks like he's got it. Now they put the sticks back. See if they measure. And now they signal first out.
Florida State's really starting to lean on Boston College up front.
They are. And on that particular play, though, it was all Trey Benson. That could have been a 4 or 5 yard loss. He converts.
Empty set here for Travis. 2.5 to go in the first half. Travis with time into the end zone. Overthrows Johnny Wilson. When you think about Jordan Travis starting out at Louisville in 2018, then transferring to Florida State, where he spent the last 5 years, 4 touchdowns away from tying Chris Winkie for the total touchdown record. And again, with better players around him, his numbers have gotten better as well.
Playing so confident. He's got a great understanding of this offense and exactly what they want to do.
Already has his degree, graduated last May. Trying to find some room as Hill, and he finally is able to pick a hole. Gets to about the 16, gain of 5, 3rd down, critical play here for Boston College, the way Florida State has changed the momentum of this game. 2 minutes to go.
Dusty, I think that Jordan Travis is the most improved player in college football over the last 5 years. I don't even think it's close.
See what he does here in 3rd and 4. Time of the play clock, so Travis audibling here. pressure, yep. Now the play clock at 3, they snap it. Here come the Eagles. Pass into the end zone, a lot of contact, and a flag. Incompletion, but there was a collision downfield between Toafili and Cole Batson, and that should be penalty number 11 on Boston College.
Pass interference. Defense number 23. Foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball is placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Yeah, Cole Batson just runs completely through him. Toafili working out of the slot as a pass catcher.
Timeout.
Safety
for
over
an
the top
injury
of
to a
him.
defensive player.
Cole Batson watching the football. He takes down Toafili, sets up Florida State inside the 10.
And his fantastic start as we get ready for Colorado State tonight. Top 15 Kansas State right now struggling. So is Florida State.
Yeah, and even with 11 penalties, BC is giving them trouble because the mobile quarterback Castellanos is making a lot of plays with his arm and with his legs.
Highlights coming your way at the break. Back to you, Dave.
Florida State, Kevin, first and goal from the 2, and Benson is in for the Seminole touchdown to give them the lead. He had 3 touchdowns a week ago against Southern Miss. And thanks in part to 29 penalty yards by Boston College, the Seminoles moved down the field and had the advantage.
Boy, double here, and a nice job hinging by Bless Harris. Quality hole opened up by this offensive line. Cut vision, and a touchdown for Trey Benson.
If you're Jeff Hafley, you've kept the ball away from Florida State. Thomas Castellanos has had a good day throwing the ball, but maybe the biggest reason you trail is because you keep making ridiculously dumb mental errors. To have 30 penalties in 3 games, 11 and a half.
It's getting
embarrassing.
It's not good. It's not good. And as well as they came out and performed, they've got to find a way to stop shooting themselves in the foot.
All right, let's take a look at this week's college football rankings brought to you by Allstate. We got Georgia, South Carolina coming up soon. Texas has moved into the top 5 after its win over Alabama. Penn State off to a good start. And Bama follows us here on ABC at South Florida.
Intrigued with Georgia today. They've handled their business so far. First SEC game, South Carolina coming into Athens. Shane Beamer better have his team ready to go today.
You get the sense that Georgia's kind of sick and tired of everybody talking about their schedule.
Yeah. And not run the football as effectively as I think most people thought. We'll see if they can wake up here today.
Looking for their 20th straight win. Florida State has won 8 in a row. That's the 4th longest active streak in college football. This will be a touchback. Come out to the 25. 2 ESPN primetime games tonight for you. Tennessee at Florida. Gators did not look good till we have an upset there. And then Deion Sanders at 18th ranked Colorado. After Jay Norvell's odd comments, the head coach of Colorado State, just adding to that firestorm in Boulder. And the greatest story maybe in sports right now, Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes.
Jay Norvell gave Coach Prime exactly what he wanted, ammunition. And as he said to his players, they made it personal. I think that game in the Swamp's going to be sneaky good, Dave. The Gators give the Vols all they can handle today.
See how Boston College responds, trying to set up a screen. Castellanos able to get outside and then run out of bounds, ended up losing a yard. Brandon Fisk forced him out. 1 timeout left for BC. Florida State has 3 timeouts. And depending on what happens here on 2nd down, if it's in the field of play, then the Seminoles might call a timeout. Try to get the ball back to Jordan Travis one more time.
I love Braden Fisk on film. He's got a great first step, very quick feet. Excellent effort to the football. He's strong inside. That's been a great addition for Adam Fuller's defense.
And BC just going to run it. Robichaux knocked down at the 27, and Mike Norvell wisely uses the timeout. Jared Verse, just the 2nd time we've called his name here.
Their first. 30 seconds.
2 timeouts remaining for Florida State.
1:15.
You know, just kind of thinking back prior to Mike Norvell's arrival, after Jimbo Fisher left, there were some rough times at Florida State. And these kind of games, when things didn't go well early for Florida State, usually meant they lost. So the fact that Seminoles have the lead right now shows you how things have changed and how the program has matured.
No doubt. It's all a testament to Mike Norvell, the players he's brought in, and obviously the buy-in and experience. I said earlier, it's a veteran, mature football team with excellent leadership. Down 10-3 on the road, and all they've done is come back and score 2 quick touchdowns. And they get a stop here. They're going to get the ball back and try to tack on one more. And a reminder, they get the football back to start the second half as well. So rocky start for Florida State, but now starting to settle in.
Castellanos swallowed at the point of attack. That was Bethune who made the hit. And so it's 4th down. Another timeout here.
Florida State, their second. 30 seconds.
So they're going to get the ball back with a minute to go. And a timeout, which is enough time, certainly, for Jordan Travis to move the team down the field.
3 possessions, 3 scores for Florida State here in this first half. This will only be the 4th possession of the half for the Noles.
That's remarkable. 3 possessions, 3 scores. And that's why, look at the numbers, only 9 attempts for Travis so far.
Both quarterbacks have stepped up, played well. Similar game plans, too, with both quarterbacks. A lot of move in the pocket, getting them outside. Quarterback run game, very much a part of both of these quarterbacks' repertoire.
DiLoretto on the punt from his 13-yard line. Keon Coleman is deep. Fields it on his 23 and grabbed at the ankles and brought down at the 20-yard line. Good tackle by Elijah Jones.
Well, Jordan Travis coming in. He's right there at the very top for most people and the Heisman Trophy odds. So good on the move, locating Toafili on the sidelines. Read zone, freezes that backside defensive end, makes a quality run. Boy, just distribute the football to your playmakers' hands, and he's got a plethora of them with this Florida State offense. Very solid, efficient first half and limited opportunities for Jordan Travis.
He certainly spread it around, and they're going to spread it out here. 5 wide and 1st down with a minute to go and 1 timeout left for Florida State. Ball on the Seminole 21. Travis from the pocket and not on the same page with Johnny Wilson. Way over his head. 2nd and 10.
Johnny Wilson shut it down, working back to the quarterback, and Jordan Travis expecting his big target to continue to go vertically. Miscommunication between quarterback and wide receiver.
Yeah, he had the seam route big time.
You have Toafili in the game again. You talked earlier about his pass catching ability. He's in the slot there at the bottom of your screen. And now bringing Toafili back into the backfield. On 2nd and 10. BC bringing pressure. Travis looking deep, airing it out. Knocked away, incomplete. It was intended for Keon Coleman, and Amari Jackson made the play in coverage. 3rd down.
Well, there's a lot of trust already between Jordan Travis and Keon Coleman. He should be. I think he's one of the best receivers in all of college football. This pass a little bit too far inside, and an excellent job by Amari Jackson getting that right hand up and getting the pass breakup. Jeff Hafley told us he thinks he's got a chance to be a very high draft pick at corner at some point in his career. Started 5 games last year as a freshman. He's got excellent cover skills on the outside.
Florida State 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far. 3rd and 10. Travis climbing the pocket, taken off, being chased, flag down. And Travis in trouble, stayed in bounds, still going. And finally brought down at the 30-yard line, short of the line to gain by about 2 yards. And Jordan Travis is hurt. Travis is down for Florida State. Hard to tell if it was non-contact or it was after he took that hit from Cam Arnold.
He was shaking his left arm there, Dave, kind of pointing to his chest, pec area.
Every single Florida State fan holding its breath right now. The penalty is on the Seminoles. That's the first on Florida State today.
Holding. Offense, number 63. Penalty penalty is declined. It's 4th down. Timeout for an injured offensive player.
Do you think about the resurgence of this program? Number 3 highest ranking since 2017 when they were 3rd preseason and ended up going 7-6 that year, Jimbo's last year. Hopefully Travis is okay after this hit here from Cam Arnold.
Almost looked like the way he came down. Cam Arnold grabs him up, grabs his legs, and as he comes down, that left arm.
Because the clock was running and the injury to the offensive player stopped the clock, that calls for a 10-second runoff, which has been declined by Boston College. The clock will start on the snap.
And Travis, you saw afterwards Victor Nelson come over the top, and I wonder, was there a shot there to the shoulder or something? Travis rather holding his left wrist. Well, BC declining that 10-second runoff. It wants the ball, and the Eagles have 1 timeout left. Jaden Williams is deep. Here's the punt by Mastromato. That's a good one. They're caught at the 30 with 31 seconds remaining. The backup quarterback, by the way, for Florida State is Tate Rodemaker, who came off the bench for a come-from-behind win against Louisville last year when Travis got hurt in that game. You see the landing, and then you see at the end the leg of Victor Nelson. It did catch him in the right shoulder collarbone area.
I don't know, it seemed like the impact on the ground, that left hand goes down, just kind of gets jarred back. It's an awkward landing for Jordan Travis. Hopefully he's able to be healthy and come back.
Castellanos flushed out of the pocket, sidearms it complete, out to the 40-yard line. Joseph Griffin, and he gets out of bounds with 40 at the 42-yard line with 24 seconds remaining.
When they've been at their best, moving the pocket, allowing Castellanos to get outside. And boy, Joseph Griffin really stepped up from the onset, the opening possession, making big plays for this offense.
Castellanos to throw again. Pass off target. Contact, no flag. Griffin again the intended target. Ventrell Cypress in coverage. 20 seconds to go in the half.
But Ventrell Cypress, another one of these excellent portal transfer players. Jeff Hafley not happy at all. He wanted a tug on Cypress. Tight, good coverage. Left hand might have got a little bit of a tug here on the backside, but I'm okay with the no call there, Dave.
Castellanos running around and then got outside the pocket and just threw it away. The ball did get back to the line of scrimmage. But now it's 3rd down with 12 seconds to go. But we're talking about Florida State getting back to a position of power, and people start to think the Noles are for real. They got Clemson next week. It's been a struggle here in the first half, and now the health of your star player, your best player, on offense anyway, is a big question mark.
Jordan Travis went into the tent. Looks like he's heading to the locker room now.
12 seconds remaining in the half. 3rd down. Castellanos over the middle. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Ended up being behind the receiver, and now BC will have to punt with 8 seconds to go.
Tatum Bethune's been all over the field making tackles. See him in coverage right. And the quarterback
receiver downfield. Offense number 11 was covered at the snap. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
So you wonder here if there's any time left on the clock after the punt. Does Tate Rodemaker just go out there and take the snap for Florida State and take a knee? Jordan Travis still has his helmet on.
Yep. Guys, that's the 3rd time that they've had number 11 covered up. Boston College on offense with illegal formation, been called on it twice.
It's the punt. Keon Coleman is deep, and it lands out of bounds with 3 seconds left. So Florida State will have to snap the ball. Let's see who comes out here at quarterback for the Seminoles. Tate Rodemaker in the huddle with his helmet on, so it looks like it'll be him.
He's athletic. He's got a big arm. Stepped in last season. Helped lead a quality victory against Louisville. Well, they like him a lot. But, boy, Jordan Travis, as we've talked about all first half, he's a difference maker. He's a special player for Florida State. And I think right now, the thoughts solely with the health status of their quarterback, Jordan Travis.
Florida State leads at halftime, though, 17-10. Don't play North Carolina or North Carolina State. Boston College lost to Northern Illinois week 1, barely beat Holy Cross week 2, but they had the lead for a good part of the first half here today, but trail as we start the second half as the ball is taken at the 25-yard line and out of bounds at the 28.
Well, Dave, it does look like Jordan Travis is good to go. I talked to Mike Norvell. When I asked him, I was kind of surprised by his response. He confidently said, we feel good about it. He seems to be fine. We're going to give it a go. Clearly, they don't speak about injuries, but it is something in the upper left side of his body that he seems to be kind of catering to on the left side. But if he can go, I would be surprised if the quarterback run game is as big a component of the offense. If he can't go full speed, look for more in the passing game and lean on those running backs.
He got hurt last year in the Louisville game, and Tate Rodemaker came off the bench and won the game and come from behind fashion. Travis going to hand it off here to Benson, and a good play at the point of attack by George Rooks. Maybe a 1-yard pickup.
Expect to see, as Tom touched on, a heavy dose of Trey Benson, Lawrence Toafili, Rodney Hill had a quality first half as he checked in. Got to imagine Florida State going to try to protect their quarterback best they can and pound the rock here in the second half.
Second down and 8. Travis will throw, lobs it deep, and wide open is Johnny Wilson inside the 40. Wilson wrapped up at the 30. Touchdown saving tackle by Elijah Jones, but a gain of 42.
The play action pass, excellent pocket, and a big time throw right up the seam to Johnny Wilson. Easy pitch and catch for Jordan Travis to Johnny Wilson. Love the play action, the protection, and a wide open target down the field.
Back to the rushing attack. Benson. He gets about 2 or 3. Now, Johnny Wilson, you talked about in the first half, penalty flag down. Had some drops last week. He secured the ball, though, here today. Transfer from Arizona State. He's got great size at 6'7", 240. Big target for Jordan Travis.
Defense, number 91. 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
George Rooks. That's the 12th penalty. 12 on one team, none on the other team, and we just started the third quarter.
Jeff Hafley, he's not happy. Tom, he had some, I don't think he's very happy about the way this game's been officiated to this point from his purview.
Not at all. He was irate going off the field into the locker room at halftime. And let me tell you something. When it's going bad for you in terms of penalties, and you get a defensive holding call in the front, that's a bad day.
So, automatic first down. Florida State with the ball at the BC 16. Travis, he's got his tight end Bell, and tripped up enough to get him to the ground at the 13-yard line. A gain, though, of 3 or 4.
Good tackle. Jaheim Bell, he is a load at 6'3", 235. Saw him earlier with his skills with the football in the open field. Nice job getting him to the ground. I just love the way Mike Norvell moves him around. He'll play him in the slot, the backfield, the wing. He's all over the place.
There he is again. Inside the 10, first down. And wrapped up at the 4-yard line. He had 2 catches on the season coming in. He has 2 on this drive. That's a gain of 9.
As I mentioned, now he's an outside receiver. Going to run a receiver screen to him. Good blocking on the perimeter by Johnny Wilson to help spring a nice pickup and a first down.
He looks like an oversized receiver that runs like a running back. He's so unique.
He's thick, man. Tough to tackle, and he's got great ball skills.
And a pair of scores in the LSU game. First down and goal from the 4. Florida State looking to go up 2 scores here. Travis wide open, back of the end zone. Touchdown. It's Preston Daniel. Beautiful call by Mike Norvell.
Statement opening drive here for Florida State as they're going to locate Preston Daniel. Now watch, he's just going to kind of sneak, and then he's going to release. Nobody identifies him. They're selling out to stop the run. Nice play action pass by Jordan Travis, and he locates Preston Daniel for an easy touchdown to kick off this second half.
Second touchdown pass today for Travis, 8th on the season, and the point after is good. Makes it 24-10. It was 7-0 Boston College, but pretty much all Noles since.
A truck is a tool.
All season long, student sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más Student Section of the Year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more. Pretty good turnout from the BC students in the 10th annual Red Bandana Game. Honoring Wells Crowther, lost his life in the 9/11 terrorist attacks, but saved a dozen lives in the process. Just a remarkable story. He's being honored here today. BC will be back on offense, and we'll start this drive on the 25. We'll see how Thomas Castellanos responds with his team down 14 points.
Well, he was outstanding in the first half and really got off to a great start in those first 2 possessions. He cooled off after that as Florida State's defense settled in, but we'll see what Mr. Castellanos has in store for the second half. By the way, my first time to Boston College and my first time in Boston. What an amazing city. Chestnut Hill is absolutely gorgeous. Had a lobster roll last night. I could easily see myself back here in Boston sometime very soon. An amazing city that we've had a chance to enjoy the last couple of days.
You had to refinance, though, your mortgage to pay for the lobster rolls here.
Yeah, maybe so.
Castellanos into traffic, and it's intercepted at the 40-yard line. What an incredible play by DJ Lundy. He was on the ground, and he picked it off.
Boy, just a disastrous start here for Boston College in the second half. Florida State goes right down. First play offensively for BC. Pressure on Castellanos and an ill-advised throw. Get back to moving the pocket. Got pressure on him. Ball does not come out clean. How about the concentration there by Lundy? Locate the football, secure the catch as he goes to the ground. Great play.
It's one of the few times, too, they've been able to affect the quarterback in the passing game. Florida State on defense. What a spectacular acrobatic play.
Yeah, Patrick Payton got there first. Jared Verse with the hit. And the Noles back in business.
Starting on the 40-yard line with Jordan Travis in the game at quarterback, and he'll throw it. Jaheim Bell comes free, breaks a tackle at the 15. Another tackle, dives for the end zone. And down at the half-yard line. A 40-yard gain, though.
Locate number 6. So he's going to stretch out, try to get in the end zone. Well, that's going to be close, Dave. That's going to be very close.
It's interesting. Florida State's getting up there to snap the ball quickly.
I think that was a touchdown.
Not allowing replay enough time there to blow it dead, but I think BC came into the neutral zone anyway.
Offside. Defense number 13. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
13 penalties by Boston College, none by Florida State. Now this gives replay a chance to look at this a little bit longer to see if Bell got into the end zone. But I mean, you can blame the officials all you want, but at some point this does point back to the coach. I mean, 33 penalties in 2.5 games.
Not discipline, Mr. Pash. Record for Boston College is 17
Ruling
back
on the
in
field
1988.
is that the runner was short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
I kind of wondered why Florida State was up there trying to snap it so quickly, but then they get help because BC jumps offside, which allows replay more time to take a look.
Where does the thigh touchdown there? Ball looked like it was over the goal line to me. I don't know if this view is going to give us as good of a look as to where that football is.
Looks like a touchdown.
It looks like a touchdown to me. Great effort by Jaheim Bell, dragging BC defenders as he fully stretches out to reach that ball over. Imagine this is going to be reversed. Looks like 6 for the Noles.
That would mean 1 less penalty for Boston College. That's the good news for BC. All right, let's bring in Matt Austin here. Matt, are you in agreement that this is a touchdown?
Well, Dave, I agree with you and Dusty. It looks like a touchdown. I think it's a touchdown. Do I have video evidence that it's a touchdown? And I think no. Without a shot right down the goal line, you just can't tell with certainty. So I think this play is going to stand.
Okay, and to your point, you have to have indisputable video evidence beyond all doubt to overturn the ruling on the field. I thought they did. I thought, like you, Dusty, that we had enough video evidence, but
our brain much smaller than Matt Austin's.
That's fair,
Dave.
That's fair.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, Matt Austin 1, Dvorak Pash nothing.
That's exactly right.
So it'll be first and goal, though, for Florida State.
Locate Jaheim Bell. Whatever you're at, he's just going to be right here. He's going to work right vertically up the field, and he goes unaccounted for. Inline tight end there. In between the linebackers and safety, makes the guy miss. He gets him inside the 1.
So they have 2 quarterbacks in the game. They have Jordan Travis under center. A.J. Duffy is lined up behind him as a fullback. And that's actually D.J. Lundy, who just had the interception that was in the game, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Both wear number 10. But it was not Duffy, it was Lundy that was in the game, the defensive number 10. And he had the interception and now the touchdown, but there is a flag down.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Florida State number 75, his first of the game. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
And that's the first penalty on Florida State today. But how about Mike Norvell rewarding the guy who makes a great interception by giving him the football at the 1?
Love it. As a defensive player, you go give your head coach a big hug. Pay it off after the nice interception. That linebacker to get in the end zone.
Fitzgerald puts it through, and it's a rout now with Florida State's offense coming alive. 31.
Football presented by Gillette Labs is brought to you by Ram Trucks, America's best light-duty pickup for new vehicle quality.
Games at Boston College are different, but it's much different on a red bandana weekend. Red bandana game is always looked at and felt upon as just something more. Having that 4 wells on your back makes you play for something different and something that's bigger than yourself. To see that red bandana red all over the crowd, it gives you an inspiration to go out and fight and get the W for your teammates.
Incredibly selfless, sacrificial act led to the saving of many lives by Wells Crowther back on 9/11/2001. He's honored every day here on campus, but for the national audience to see, and the red bandana game, this is the 10th annual because of the penalty. Florida State was kicking off from deep in its own end. Here's Ryan O'Keefe past the 33-yard line. Boston College with 11:14 to go and plenty of time, but can it find its offense again? And hasn't really done much on that side of the ball since early second quarter.
Well, Thomas Castellanos, he came out on fire. 6 of 6 to start this game. 101 yards and a touchdown. And since then, now 4 of 11, just 30 yards passing, an interception on the only offensive play here in the second half. They've got to get him settled down, back into a rhythm, and playing the way he did to start this game.
First down on the 34 after the first penalty of the game by Florida State. Here's Kai Robichaux pushed back at the 37-yard line. Little extra hit there from Fabian Lovett after the whistle blew, but no flag. A defensive front for Florida State getting a little nastier as the game has gone along.
They are so good, Dave. I know Tom and I have talked with you about this all week, but they go 5 deep at defensive tackle, 4 deep at defensive end. There's not much, if any, drop-off when they get into the depth of this front, and that's what championship teams have, quality depth up front.
Going to be Robichaux again. And once again, won't go down easily. Takes a couple guys to get him to the ground. Omar Graham on the takedown along with Patrick Payton. So now it's 3rd down, and BC probably in 4-down territory. They went for it on 4th down in the first half twice on one drive, including on their own 35-yard line.
Graham's going to get credit with the tackle, but a nice job there by Jared Verse. Hasn't lit up the stat sheet yet in this game or this season. But they told us against Southern Miss it was the cleanest game that he played. He's really worked on his technique. He's so powerful. Mel Kiper has him as the top defensive player on his big board. If you really dive into the tape, you can see why.
And Verse at the feet of the quarterback. A flag is down, and there's a completion for a first down to Lewis Bond. Let's see what the penalty's about. Jared Verse might have been held that time.
They're going to get Bowery for a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's a 14 penalty on Boston College. So as somebody that played defensive line in the NFL, Jared Verse, when you watch him play, anybody that pops into your head as a comparison?
I mean, he's so powerful, so strong. You know, you asked me about Khalil Mack. I don't know if he's Khalil Mack out in space, but he's got excellent power, stout against the run. He's really developing better and better as a pass rusher. He's a speed to power type of guy. He can get you at the bull rush, so he gets those offensive tackles to sit, and then he's developed a really nice speed rush arm over off the edge that really makes offensive tackles struggle trying to block against him.
Another penalty on Boston College. That's number 15. The program record is 17.
Full start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty.
3rd down and 19. Short pass to Robichaux, and he's brought down at the 31. 4th down at about 13.
And with Verse, he could have left. Right? He could have gone, probably been a first-round pick a season ago. He wanted to come back, wanted to become a better player. So many guys had come back. They've got big aspirations in Tallahassee this year. And Jared Verse, a leader on this defense, a big reason why. He was sensational last year whenever he showed up at Florida State. And again, I don't worry so much about the stats. Show me the film, and the film so far for Jared Verse has been really good here this season.
Very well-rounded young man. Told us he loves to play the saxophone and wants to open a jazz club whenever he's done playing football. Off the side of the foot of the punter, it will check up around the 48-yard line for about a 20-yard punt.
If he opens that jazz club, maybe he can give my son a job. My son plays the clarinet, looking to play the saxophone. Maybe it could be working for Mr. Verse at some point.
All right, coming up on ACC Net at 6:30, the ACC Huddle crew will have highlights of all the afternoon games. And after the FAU-Clemson game at 8 Eastern, they'll have full post-game show to wrap up the night. Also, here are our featured college football games on ESPN Plus coming up later tonight. Coverage of all 3 games begins 7 Eastern. To get ESPN Plus, go to ESPNplus.com or download the ESPN app.
Oh, your saxophone skills, Dave.
Awful. A great cello player back in the day. Travis's pass low and incomplete, intended for Rodney Hill. But it really was a joy to talk to Jared Verse. He's got great personality, and he has not forgotten where he came from. Was not recruited at all in Dayton, Ohio growing up. Ends up at Albany for a couple years and has become a star.
And Dusty, what does it say about Florida State's culture when you decide to come back? I mean, just the 180-degree turn of this locker room, that's reflective of him foregoing his NFL draft aspirations.
2nd down and 10. And Hill pinballs forward into BC territory for a gain of 4.
I think the bigger topic here, too, Tom, is just the way Florida State has really embraced the transfer portal, and they have hit on so many guys.
Yep.
And talking with Mike Norvell about that, it's about selection, being straight with guys, having real conversations. What is your expectation? What do you want? And they've done an outstanding job of identifying quality players, but quality young men that fit exactly the identity and culture of this program.
Florida State 0 for 3 on 3rd down today. 3rd and 6. Travis in trouble, gets out of there, and not afraid there despite getting injured at the end of the half to take on a defender. Went out of bounds short of the line to gain, though. It's 4th down, and he's staying on the field here, at least for now.
The way the defense, I think, is really settled in. I think it makes sense here for Mike Norvell. Recognize, got this Boston College team on their heels, and they're looking to go for the jugular here on this drive.
In case you're just tuning in, Travis injured at the end of the first half. Did not look good. Was in considerable pain, but ran back onto the field after halftime and has played every snap here in the third quarter. Penalty marker soars in here on 4th down and 4.
Offside. Offense. Number 1 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
So Winston Wright committing a penalty there that'll make it 4th and 9, and Florida State will have to punt now.
Winston Wright, West Virginia transfer, played a lot of ball there. Speaking of transfers, we touched on some of the best players on this team they brought in. Keon Coleman just came in right before the summer, and he has been special. Trey Benson, Johnny Wilson, Jaheim Bell out of South Carolina, Fintrell Cypress, Braden Fisk, a couple of key acquisitions for this Noles defense this season.
Mastromano did a great job to get rid of that. It was almost blocked, but it goes into the end zone. There's still plenty of time for Boston College, down 3 scores, but got to stop penalizing themselves. Jared Verse told us, hey, I have not forgotten where I came from. And certainly with the respect he's shown to a teacher that was very helpful to him as a young man, speaks volumes there. Gain of about 3 for Robichaux. For 10 years, ESPN has supported the College Football Playoff Foundation, bringing the college football community together during Extra Yard for Teachers Week to celebrate and honor great teachers. Since its inception, the CFP Foundation has recognized over 500,000 educators. For more, follow at CFP Extra Yard.
Love that, Dave. Appreciate and support all of our teachers out there. Just get more recognition and notoriety.
Robichaux straight ahead as BC's keeping it on the ground here. Another 3-yard run. 3rd down coming up.
Mentioned earlier in this game, early on, Robichaux started the season. Week 1, he's the 4th-string running back. Now he's kind of their lead dog. Pat Garlow unable to go today, and Robichaux between last week, this week, has really maximized and made the most out of his opportunities. Impressed with what he's shown here these last couple of weeks.
It's the one back they have that can truly push the pile.
They like Alex Broom. He was hurt last week, played a little bit today as Castellanos is close, might be half a yard short of the line to gain. Joshua Farmer got a piece of him, but BC lining up to go for it here. 4th down and inches.
Imagine Robichaux.
Drive the pile out to the 31-yard line, so that should move the chains. It's a long season. It's been a rough go for BC since the first quarter, but if they don't come back and end up losing this game, there were positives in that first quarter and a half for Jeff Hafley to build on. Again, he, in our conversation with him yesterday, felt really good about his team, thought they'd win a lot of games this year. Just have to stop making unforced errors. They have to burn a timeout here.
Boston College, their first. 30 seconds.
I mean, had a couple of burnt timeouts unnecessarily in the first half. In the first half, worry about as much, but in the second half here, to have to waste a timeout when you're down 3 scores, and you might need that late in the game, along with 15 penalties. But I'm going to go back to something we talked about in the first half, and that's with, and Tom touched on the culture making Jared Verse, or being a part of Jared Verse's decision to come back. A few years ago, that was not the case at Florida State. Right. There were guys that wanted to get out of Florida State, not come to Tallahassee with Mike Norvell in charge. That's changed.
The culture is in place in year 4 for Mike Norvell, and it's about the veteran leaders on this team. Experience, leadership, and understanding exactly what's expected from the head coach and the staff. That's why Florida State is going to have a great chance to compete for an ACC championship, the college football playoff, and a national championship. They check about every single box, and today, dealing with some adversity and battling through with another penalty.
Oh, my goodness.
Boston College, false start again.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Now, again, one of the things we were told yesterday, it's the 16th penalty, 7th false start, is that sometimes Thomas Castellanos gets a little overzealous and he inflects a little too much on the cadence, and sometimes that's jarring for the offensive lineman, but at some point that just becomes another excuse.
At some point, figure it out. I mean, they should be used to that by now. Yeah, too much shooting yourself in your own foot today.
Castellanos in trouble in the backfield, gets out of there. Shoved out of bounds by Jarian Jones. Castellanos is talented. We've seen that. And clearly, his teammates get a jolt of energy when he's in the game. He's trouble for defensive coordinators. Just, can you put him in a position, though, where you can be in a tight game and then his running ability can be a factor.
Well, he was in a tight game against Northern Illinois, brought him back, led an 83-yard touchdown drive at the end of that game to get it to overtime. They don't get the victory, but yes, I do think you can. Biggest issue, you can't be your own biggest enemy, and that's what Boston College offensively has been today.
Jet sweep pitch, Ryan O'Keefe, and Florida State just too much speed. Fentrell Cypress tracks him down, and Jared Verse out there in space as well.
Nowhere to run with the football for Boston College. Really well defense on each of the last two plays. Corners making plays. Cypress coming up. I love the effort from Jared Verse getting down the line of scrimmage and getting in on the tackle.
Dusty, we were talking about their depth and being 5 deep at defensive tackle, 4 deep at defensive end. But look at the body types. They finally look like an Ohio State's looked, an Alabama's looked, a Georgia's looked when they've had a national championship run.
Back to throw Castellanos here, 3rd and long. Wide open receiver is Bond. 1st down and more. Check that, Dino Tomlin on the catch. Mike Tomlin's son inside the 30-yard line, and a big play down to the 24 for a gain of 52.
Boy, middle of the field is wide open. Linebackers playing awfully shallow. Safety comes up, and a strike from Castellanos. More tackling on the back end. A huge play for Tomlin.
Here's Tomlin again after the catch, pushed out at the 19. We have not seen him much today, and he had just 1 catch on the year coming in, but that's back-to-back plays where Dino Tomlin transferred from Maryland, where he had 10 catches a year ago, and as we mentioned, his dad, Mike, longtime head coach of the Steelers. So 2nd down and 5. Robichaux straight ahead. Flag is down on the far side of the field. Another one. Didn't get the 1st down, but got close.
Offsides on Florida State.
Defense number 21 lined up in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So Greedy Vance called for the offside penalty. And if you're BC...
Correction. The 5-yard penalty will result in a 1st down.
You're BC and you can score a touchdown, get to 2 scores.
Absolutely.
Late in the 30s, you're still in the game.
With the way they've been playing.
So 1st down at the 14-yard line of Florida State. 2.5 remaining in the 3rd. BC led 10-3. 28 straight points by the Seminoles. Play action. Castellanos on the rollout. Finds his receiver at the 10, Ryan O'Keefe. Thrown down there by Vance. Gain of 4.
The play action boot once again. Move that pocket. Good vision down the field. Check it down in the flats to O'Keefe. Expected them to get the ball more to number 4 throughout the course of the day. He's one of those playmakers with great explosiveness.
Castellanos behind his running back. Oh, boy, does he get lit up. Huge hit by Tatum Bethune.
Boy, he has got a heavy hat, a thumper, showing up with bad intentions. Full speed here. Bang!
Oh.
He had that hit against Jaden Daniels in the opener against LSU. Jaden Daniels tried to leap over the top, and boy, Tatum Bethune shows up with bad intentions.
Like Castellanos transfer from UCF. 3rd down and 3 from the 7-yard line. 4-down territory. So they'll run it. 1st down. Upended at the 1 is Robichaux by Noles, but it's 1st and goal for BC just outside a minute remaining.
I really like the way Robichaux runs downhill behind his pads, and a nice pickup.
Robichaux again into the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College. Back within 2 scores with a minute 2 remaining here in the 3rd.
Off your right side, Christian Mahogany, Drew Kendall. Both these guys doing a really nice job opening up a hole. That's mahogany on Lovett. Good on good. Good push, good movement, and a touchdown for the Eagles.
That was a 12-play, 80-yard drive that took 5.5 minutes. Looked very similar as that is yanked wide left. My goodness. Another mistake, this time by the kicker, Liam Connor. Still a score game, but that drive looked a lot like what we saw from BC in the first quarter. They took time off the clock, kept Jordan Travis on the sideline and got points, but the missed extra point there means it's 31-16 Florida State. And let's go back to the studio, check in with Kevin.
Dave, we got a couple updates here around college football. Kansas State, Will Howard. Oh, we got the Tim Tebow play.
Shout out Tim Tebow. Nice little sell there by Howard.
Ben Sinnott with the touchdown catch there. Kansas State up 24-20 on the SEC network. Meanwhile, it's the Jaden Daniels show in Starkville.
Yeah, the tight end widened the defender, and Jaden Daniels had an alley for the touchdown.
He's got 3 total touchdowns and 3 incompletions. LSU feeling good. Tyler Buckner getting his first start for Alabama. We got the Crimson Tide coming your way in about 60 minutes on the road in Tampa to take on USF. Dave, back to you.
And kept back to LSU. Some thought that would be an upset. LSU's lone loss came against Florida State in the opener. Rolling today.
LSU's a really good team. Go back and watch that film. Fourth quarter, things got skewed, but going into the fourth quarter, that was essentially anybody's game. Florida State a ton of credit for the way they closed out that game and finished, but LSU's not going anywhere anytime soon.
It looked like they were going to have an onside kick, so Mike Norvell calls it timeout. You see the ball, the way it's positioned on the tee.
Florida State, they're first. 30 seconds.
Connor Litton placed the ball on its side up against the tee, which usually means onside kick. Do you like that move?
A little early for an onside kick, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Or is that just, Jeff Hafley saying it's going to be a struggle for us to stop this Florida State offense?
It's also painfully obvious the way you set the ball.
I mean, I'm sure that's his thinking, right? That, we can't stop him, but, is it worth the risk? Again, risk reward. I mean, the percentages, I know Florida State had a key onside kick that it recovered in its win over LSU, but again, different situation there. Connor Litton sets it up the same way here. Florida State was able to get its hands team out there. Why Mike Norvell called the timeout, you would imagine. Now Litton shifts everybody to the other side. And it's just a squib kick. And it's muffed initially. Ball still on the ground at the 25-yard line. BC might have it. The Eagles are signaling that they've got the ball. They do! They squib it downfield. And coming out of there with it, Victor Nelson.
Wow, huge change in momentum here at Chestnut Hill. Trey Benson never fields this ball clean. He goes up, tries to field it, can never get a full grasp on it. Excellent effort down the field. A massive, massive play here for Boston College. Victor Nelson, right place, right time, and he comes out of that pile with the football. Wow, this game just completely changed in a matter of moments.
Oh, he said you get to 2 scores with a minute to go in the third. He's still in the game. You get one good bounce and maybe things change. Great squib kick rather than the onside.
And if you're Trey Benson, Tom, just get on the football, right? Just find a way. If you can't pick it clean, just jump on top of it and secure the ball.
Absolutely. Lay down, secure the ball, play offense.
So first down at the 26 of Florida State. Give to Robichaux. Looking for a cutback lane. And knifing through is Graham to make the hit. Short pickup.
And Boston College has had a 12-play drive. That Florida State defense was on the field a lot. Now they're right back out there. We've talked a lot about the depth they have defensively, but that's asking a lot of your defense to be right back on the field after such a long drive.
You have a great dual threat at quarterback. We'll see if they get Castellanos at all involved in the run game. Just a straight handoff here. Robichaux powering his way for a first down near the 16-yard line. Another terrific run by Robichaux. Although, let's see where they spot him initially. They gave him the first down. The sticks on the near side have moved. The ones on the far side are positioned as if it's third down.
Ruling on the field as the runner was short of the line to gain. It's third down.
Will they snap it? 5 seconds left here in the quarter. Third down and 1. They do snap it. And first down pickup for Robichaux to the 13-yard line as we go to the fourth.
The team about all week. All right, thanks, Coach. All right, thanks a lot.
Quick throw to Bond out in space, and he's inside the 10-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds at the 7. So a 6-yard gain, second down. A recovered, muffed kickoff gives BC the football inside the 30. They march down now inside the 10, and a tackle for a loss as Jared Verse has wraps up Kai Robichaux in the backfield at the 10, making it 3rd and 7.
They try to pull the backside tackle, and Jared Verse is not letting it happen. Right in the hip pocket of the offensive tackle. Great penetration, and kills that play before it ever has a chance to get started.
BC was trying to hurry up there for that snap. Nobody blocked Verse. So it's 3rd and 7. You would imagine 4-down territory, trailing by 15 points. Now an empty set for the quarterback, Thomas Castellanos. Design run. Castellanos hit, pinballs forward, and appears to be short by about a yard at the 5-yard line. It'll be 4th and 1. They've converted twice on 4th down in this game. They're going to bring in an extra offensive lineman here, Jack Conley.
Well defended by Tatum Bethune, flying downhill, block destruction, creating a pile, nowhere for Castellanos to go. They've had a lot of success when they get Castellanos on the perimeter. Big people see a play action and get him outside.
Castellanos, just a straight handoff for Robichaux. He stood up at the line of scrimmage and did not get it. DJ Lundy, Braden Fisk team up on the tackle. Florida State takes over on downs.
Huge stop by Florida State. Boston College hadn't been stopped on 4th down. Stopped here in a crucial spot.
I used to watch the Heisman House every year on TV, and I'd always won.
Another great day of college football on ABC, ESPN2, primetime games on ESPN. Can Florida pull the upset against number 11 Tennessee? And then the biggest story in college football, maybe in sports right now, Deion Sanders and Colorado. Ranked 18th, taking on Colorado State, 10 Eastern tonight on ESPN. So a failed 4th down, the first of the year for Boston College, and Florida State takes over on its 5. Early 4th, leading 31-16. Jordan Travis injured late second quarter. Did not play the last play of the first half, but has been out there every play of the second half at quarterback for Florida State. Toafili gets the carry and picks up 2 to the 7-yard line.
Revisit that 4th down stop by the Florida State defense, and this has been the bread and butter. Robichaux in the middle, going back to the Holy Cross game, but no movement up front for this Florida State defensive line. A.J. Lundy flying downhill, Braden Fisk and company, nowhere for Robichaux to go and push the pile forward. Huge stop for Adam Fuller's defense.
Year 4 for Fuller as the defensive coordinator at Florida State. Came with Mike Norvell when he got the job. And a deep ball here on 2nd down. Travis overthrows Toafili. So 3rd down and 8. And slow to get up was Travis again. In the end zone, he took a shot.
Coming off the edge, unaccounted for. Takes one right in the chest, as you referenced. Still in the game, obviously, but he was slow to get up.
That was Jalen Blackwell who had the hit. 3rd down and 8 for FSU from its 7-yard line. And a bad snap. Travis going to keep it. And, boy, that's a backbreaker if you're Boston College. It's a ground ball back to the quarterback. Despite the mistake, Travis runs 11 yards for
okay,
first
this
down.
is such a good read. He's going to freeze this defender. He's going to step in, and Travis is going to take it to the perimeter. Excellent job with his eyes. He reads that defender. Defender takes one step inside. He knows he can get to the perimeter. And an excellent 3rd down conversion for Jordan Travis.
His coach was motioning to him, come on over here and see me, buddy. Get out of bounds.
No doubt about that, Tom.
So first down to the 18. Florida State's just going to keep it on the ground here with Benson, and that's a negative play, a rare one for Florida State. Maybe got back to the line, but Vinny DePalma, 60-year player. Not only has his undergraduate degree, but got his master's last year in sports administration. Wants to get into coaching. His dad, a longtime high school coach in Wayne, New Jersey.
Led this team in tackles a season ago with 87, and he is the coach on the field. Always in the right place, right time, gets guys lined up. Leader on this Boston College defense.
So second and 10, 11 and a half to go. In the fourth quarter, Florida State trying to go to 3-0 and take its number 3 ranking to Death Valley to play Clemson noon ABC next week. Dump off pass to Ophelia out space. Over the ball. It's loose. It's picked up at the 8 and into the end zone for the touchdown. Kareem Johnson, a backup nickel, scoops up the ball and scores. And Boston College is back in the game.
Elijah Jones comes up, makes the tackle, gets the ball out from Toafili. And then Kareem Johnson scoop and score, and just like that, Boston College back in this game. And Jeff Hafley, he's wanting to go for 2 to cut this to a 7-point game.
Now, there's 2 schools of thought here, right? You kick the extra point, although they missed an extra point in the last touchdown. You kick the extra point, you know it's a 1-score game, but they're going to go for 2 now. If they don't get it, obviously, it's 2 possessions that you would need.
It's a good job by Elijah Jones. Plant drive, forcing, getting that ball out from Toafili, and then a scoop and score. And with a 2-point conversion, we're back to a 1-score game.
Will they get Castellanos on the perimeter? Castellanos in trouble, moving around, dancing. Back of the end zone. It's caught, but he was pushed out of bounds. So no 2 points. Nice job defensively that time by Renardo Green to shove Lewis Bond when he put his hands on the ball and get him out of bounds.
Well, this is what I was looking for earlier on 4th and 2. Move pocket, play action, running out of room. After a defensive touchdown, we got a ball game at Chestnut Hill.
That was back in 2014. It was the first red bandana game. Boston College knocking off number 9 USC 37-31. 5th time in school history that they've beaten a top 10 opponent. They have never beaten a top 5 opponent here in Chestnut Hill. They elected to go for 2 after that last score. Instead of kicking the extra point, they did miss an extra point on a previous touchdown. So still a 2-score game. 0-17, as we mentioned, at home against top 5 teams. Their last win against the top 5 squad, obviously on the road. It was at Notre Dame 21 years ago. So let's see here with Lauren De Loretto now as the kicker. If he kicks it deep, or we have an onside kick or a squib, he's just going to kick it towards the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. That's going to give Florida State good field position. As we go back to Kevin Agandi in the studio.
State U in the Big Ten. Penn State at Illinois. Little trickeration here. Both Trey Potts to Tyler Warren.
Yeah, and the defender loses track. He wants to make a tackle. Easy touchdown for the Nittany Lions.
Penn State up 23-7 through 3. Meanwhile, keep an eye on Luther Burden and the speed.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best receiver in the country. I'm not sure he's not number 2.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Missouri up 27-24 on ESPN. Tyler Buckner, ND transfer, will make his first start for Alabama. Rare road out-of-conference game for the Tide at USF in Tampa. That's ahead. Dave, back to you.
Florida State ball, Kevin, after the kick went out of bounds from the Seminole 35-yard line. Leading only by 9 now. 12 straight points by Boston College. Here's Bell on the catch and run, dragged down, an awkward landing, and Bell is hurt. Boy, he's played great so far this season. Can't put any weight on that left leg right now. Gain of 6, though, on first down.
Hobbles off over there to the sideline. He went straight to the bench to sit down as they're attending to him. Try to get you an update on him as soon as we can.
So second down and 4, 10:45 in the clock. Florida State. Third in the country. Travis dropping back, firing, open man is again Johnny Wilson. How many times have we called his name downfield with no white jerseys in sight? That's a gain of 21 and a first down.
Now John Pupil, the safety, he just gets caught looking inside, tries to reroute. Johnny Wilson misses, leans forward, leaves him wide open, and a good find by Jordan Travis to his big wide receiver.
Second team All ACC last year, previously at Arizona State. That's his fourth catch. He's over 100 yards on the day. First down from the BC 38. It'll be a handoff here to Benson, and he gets submarined by John Pupil, 60-year player. Started out at Dartmouth and transferred to BC. Gain of a couple. Clock is inside 10 minutes to go in the fourth.
Boston College has really done a good job slowing down Trey Benson, this overall rushing attack of Florida State. Rodney Hill, the leading rusher right now for the Noles, but coming in, that was kind of the key to their game plan. Limit the run, stop the run, and try to make Jordan Travis beat us from the pocket. Check the box about slowing down this Noles run here today.
You got Rodney Hill in there to the left of the quarterback Travis on 2nd and 8. Travis to the air. Late blitz. Travis dumping it off to Hill. Tackled short of the line to gain at the 30-yard line by Amari Jackson. Critical third down coming up here for the BC defense. Again, needing the ball twice. 9 minutes to go. Trailing 31-22. Easy to second guess after the fact. You and I were talking about in the break whether you go for two or kick the extra point. We both agreed to kick the extra point, but again, hindsight 2020. Here comes an end around on third down to Keon Coleman, and fighting for the first down. He didn't get it, pushed out of bounds short. Will Florida State go for it here on 4th down and 1?
Well, Cam Arnold did an outstanding job stringing that play out, keeping his outside shoulder free, and coming up with a big stop to force this 4th down.
Hey, this is the call maybe of the season.
Big tight end. He's their blocking tight end.
Travis keeps, now dumps it off. Great play. Caught for a first down by Morlock, still going, and finally tackled at the 14. There is a penalty marker down, though. Gain of 15 if it holds up. Florida State's only been penalized 3 times.
Offense number 4. 15-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
And now if you're Florida State, you might be out of field goal range here depending on where they end up spotting the ball.
Keon Coleman, bottom of your screen, is going to get this call for pass interference. Got him blocking downfield before the pass is thrown.
Yeah, based on that spot foul, you're out at the 44. You got to kick it here. You're out of field goal range. Mastromanno, but again, going back to that last score by Boston College, if you kick the extra point, yes, I understand you missed it previously. You keep momentum. Now you're only down 1 score. You know what's necessary, and you've got the ball with 7.5 minutes to go. You still need it twice, and the clock is not your friend in this situation. Florida State going to milk it here and probably just take the delay of game penalty. The delay of game is going to back up the Noles 5 yards, but again, they're using the clock to their advantage.
Offense. Penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
I'm in complete agreement with you, Dave. We had this discussion the previous time before Boston College was stopped on 4th down. If they get that 4th down, they score. What do? We both agreed they should kick the extra point. I'm guessing Jeff Hafley has an analytics sheet that tells him in that spot you go for 2, but costly now.
Boston College just jumped offside. Now it's still going to be 4th down, 4th and 11. That's not going to change what Florida State does. But that ties a school record now, unless Florida State declines the penalty, which they might. But if they accept the penalty, that would be 17 today on BC, which would match a program record.
Offside. Defense number 15. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
Well, they accept the penalty, but still 4th and 11. Jaden Williams standing at the 10-yard line for BC. Mastromanno try to pin Boston College deep here with 7:37 to go. Now another penalty marker. This is 3 in a row.
False start. Offense number 20. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
It's contagious, apparently, now. It's affecting Florida State. You ever play in those games like that where one team keeps making mistakes? And
I don't know if I ever played in a game where there were 17 penalties by one side. It's an outlier.
Mastromanno with a line drive, and beautifully done, going out of bounds inside the 10 at the 5-yard line. 7.5 to go. Boston College ball when we come back.
Hey.
.26 remaining. 2nd down and 10 for Boston College after an incompletion on 1st down. We apologize for the technical difficulties there. 31-22. 3rd-ranked Florida State leading BC. Time is not on the Eagles' side. Castellanos in trouble in the end zone. Gets out of there, throwing on the run and incomplete. Trying to hit Ryan O'Keefe. Jarian Jones in coverage, so now it's 3rd down and 10.
Unable to complete that pass. Moving to his right, pass just falls short of O'Keefe. Working back to his quarterback. He had him open. Not enough on the throw.
So 3rd down and 10 from the BC 5-yard line. Castellanos out of the gun, dropping back into the end zone. Steps up, he has some room over the middle. He's past the 15, getting the 1st down out to the 18. Again, the feet of Thomas Castellanos, a big weapon for Boston College. 13 yards.
Boy, big gaping hole along that defensive line. Opens up, no one open down the field. Castellanos hits the turbo and gets a 1st down.
Now he'll throw on 1st down. Everybody covered. Castellanos holding on. Receiver comes free. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Breaking tackles is Bond. And out of bounds. The ball got poked away, but it went out of bounds as he did at the 40-yard line, picking up 44 yards on the play.
Well, this was all about the protection from the Boston College offensive line all day for Castellanos to stand back there, survey the field, and finally Lewis Bond comes open, and Castellanos finds him.
Timeout for an injury to a defensive player.
Tatum Bethune is shaken up. We saw on the first drive of the game, first 2 drives of the game, receivers running wide open. Now that time, it wasn't initial coverage that was poor. It was after a while, somehow, the defense lost Lewis Bond.
No pass rush at all from this front of Florida State. Got to give this offensive line a lot of credit. Good pocket. Thomas Castellanos shows he can move around, beat you on the perimeter, but can also stand there in the pocket and locate open targets as well.
Yeah, Dusty, I really liked his patience. He hung in there, kept his eyes downfield. He's showing some discipline between his arm and his legs for a young player here today that's giving them a chance on every down.
Football in Florida State territory, trailing 31-22. Castellanos to throw on 1st down. Pressure into space. Throws a deep ball, and it's caught at the 15-yard line. Ryan O'Keefe pulls it in. 25-yard gain.
Wow, what an adjustment here by Ryan O'Keefe. Turn around midair, catch that football.
Castellanos to throw again into the end zone. One-handed attempt, but Griffin couldn't hang on. It came out at the last second. Renardo Green with coverage. He almost got that with his left arm.
He went up, tried to grab it with his left. 6'3" on a 6-foot corner. It's a really good job by Green, getting that right hand in to make sure he doesn't make the catch.
Castellanos to throw again. This is caught, then Bond dropped it at the last second. He had it, and he might have scored had he secured it. But Lewis Bond with a drop. 3rd and 10.
unable to catch that pass clean. Just a simple slant route, and he's wide open, pass right where it needs to be, but a bobble catch.
So 3rd and 10, 4-down territory perhaps. This time it's caught. The tight end Takis short of the line to gain. Do you just kick the field goal here? You're down 2 scores.
Yes.
It's 4th down.
Yes. Yes. I think you got to kick the field goal, cut it to a 1-score game. They played this same game, similar spot earlier on 4th and 2. They did not get it.
Don't understand why they're going for it. 4th down and 1, just like not kicking the extra point and going for 2 on the last touchdown. This doesn't make a lot of sense.
Need 2 scores.
Broom is held back. Castellanos will keep it, trying to get the edge. He does! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College. He is a weapon. Running the football.
That's why Jeff Hafley elected to go for it on 4th and 1. Prior to that, all the 4th and shorts, they were just handing it off up the middle to Robichaux. Put their quarterback on the perimeter, allowing him to make a play. Great short area quickness and a touchdown by Castellanos.
They went 95 yards in 2 minutes. The extra point is good. And it's a 2-point deficit now for BC.
Going to pull the backside tackle and guard. Quarterback counter. It's a really good block on the edge by Trapillo to help allow Castellanos to get to the edge. Really nice job by him. Jab step in, cut outside, and into the end zone.
Take a look at today's Aflac trivia question. Perhaps an appropriate time to bring this up. When's the last time Boston College beat a top 5 team? Well, it wasn't at home. They've never done that. 0-17. But we'll tell you where it was and who it was against momentarily.
How about the patience, Dusty, of Castellanos on that play, dipping outside, inside, and then breaking back to the outside. Just great vision.
And he allowed time to let his block set up, pull backside guard tackle, and it was Trapillo with an excellent job getting on Lundy and allowing Castellanos to get to the edge.
All right, we've seen a squib. We've seen a pooch. What will we have here on the kickoff? Boston College has 2 timeouts left. There's 5:19 on the clock. You certainly can kick it deep here if you're the Eagles. We'll see if that's what they do. It will be a touchback. It will come out to the 25. All right, let's go ahead and answer our Aflac trivia question.
Do you know it, Dave?
I mentioned it earlier, which tells me that you guys may not have been listening. But I understand you guys are fired up. There's a lot going on here. Last time they beat a top 5 team was on the road in South Bend, 2002 against Notre Dame.
Irish.
Tom O'Brien, who's here today, by the way, in attendance, was the head coach at Boston College on that day.
I was playing college football that day, so I can't be expected to remember what happened. And all of a sudden, we've got action here in Chestnut Hill.
First down at the 25-yard line for Florida State. Travis from the pocket in trouble, stumbles as he gets out of there, and then throws it away. Donovan Ezeraku, captain, who was 4th in the conference in sacks a year ago, got some pressure that time on Travis.
Well, it's a good job staying outside, keeping contained, knowing Jordan Travis loves to roll and move to his right. It's a really good job forcing the quarterback to just throw it out of bounds. No one open down the field.
And into the short side of the field as well. Not a lot of real estate.
The way they've been running the ball this half, surprised they didn't try to run it and take some time off the clock there in first down. We'll see what happens on 2nd and 10. Going to be a run play. Toafili. Good pickup out across the 30. 7 yards out to the 32, bringing up 3rd down and 3 at the 5-minute mark. Let's go to the studio and check in with Kevin.
Close one in Chestnut Hill. How about the game on SEC Network? Kansas State tie with Mizzou with under a minute to go at 27 apiece. LSU cruising on the road, and we're getting ready for Alabama off their loss to Texas. Kool-Aid McKinstry and the Tide in Tampa, ready to face USF on ABC after our game. Back to you.
All right, Kevin, we got an injury timeout. Just trying to make sure we get the number right here. It is George Rooks. Everybody going without the nameplate for this game to honor Wells Crowther. 4 Wells is what's on the back of the jerseys for Boston College in the 10th annual Red Bandana game, honoring the man that risked and lost his life to save over a dozen in the South Tower 9/11/2001.
And what a job honoring him. Never quitting, showing toughness, showing grit, and a stop here. And they give themselves a chance to take a lead late in this game.
3rd down and 3. 4-man rush. Throw down the sideline. Incomplete. Going for Johnny Wilson, and it's 4th down and 3. And Florida State will punt it away with 4:48 to go.
Tried to go back shoulder with Johnny Wilson. Get him fully extended correctly, and he just misses wide.
Please reset the game clock to 4:43.
Unable to bring that pass in.
4:43 on the game clock, please.
By Johnny Wilson, boy. It looked like he had Toafili in the flat, but chose to go down the field to his big wide receiver, and a missed throw by Jordan Travis.
Thank you.
The referee asking to put 1 second back on the clock, so 4:43 remaining. Florida State only used about 20 seconds on that possession, electing not to run it on 1st down. They got 7 yards, and they ran it on 2nd down. Williams is under it, and the fair catch made at the 22. Boston College can take the lead with a field goal. We were critical of the decision earlier to kick the extra point. Again, easy for us to say after the fact, but it looks, at least for now, like it's worked out in Jeff Hafley's favor in terms of his decision-making to go for 2, even though it didn't work there.
He's had the same mindset all game, going for it on 4th and short several times. He did it from his own side, inside the 40 in the first half. Twice now, down there in the red zone, inside the 10 in the second half. Once it didn't pay off, once it did. And as you referenced, going for 2 didn't work out, but a chance to take the lead.
Quarterback run. Castellanos juking defenders, but running out of real estate. Chased out of bounds by Patrick Payton, but again, you see the ability to scramble.
An aggressive mindset all day from Jeff Hafley with his team and these players, and touched on it, boy. Castellanos, he is tough. He can make you miss in a phone booth, Tom.
I mean, loss of 1, it could have been a loss of 5.
That's the difference. You're exactly right. Is he takes a negative, turns it into a positive. He's going to be a real problem the more experience he gets.
But it was a negative play, so 2nd down 11. Credit the front of Florida State. Now Castellanos, the throw gets hit in the backfield and sacked. Back at the 12 for a loss of 9. Renardo Green, the corner in the backfield with the takedown. 3rd and long coming up.
How about Adam Fuller pulling out all the stops, a corner blitz here on 2nd down, and Renardo Green comes clean, gets home, and gets Castellanos on the ground. Big sack.
Now you're 3rd and 20 from the 12-yard line. Castellanos back to throw, in trouble again. Stepping up, throwing downfield, pulled in for a 1st down at the 40-yard line. Ryan O'Keefe with a gain of 28.
Big-time play and throw by Castellanos. The 2nd, 3rd, and super long in this 2nd half. O'Keefe gets just a little bit of room off the defender, and Castellanos with a strike.
Castellanos to throw again, lobbing it toward the sideline. A lot of contact. No flag intended for Joseph Griffin. And an injured Florida State DB, Azarie Thomas, shaken up. But how about Thomas Castellanos, his 2nd career start? He came in week 1 on the 3rd series. He was not the starter coming out of camp, but the coaching staff sensed that the rest of the team believed in Castellanos, that there was more juice, there was a jolt of energy when he was in the game, and we've seen how impactful he can be not only running, but again, a couple of great throws on 3rd and long to keep drives alive. Castellanos on 2nd and 10. Sidearms it, knocked down, incomplete. What a great play across the middle that time by Greedy Vance to bat it down. 3rd and 10 with 3 minutes to go.
Well, it's great sticky coverage by Greedy Vance. Nowhere at all to deliver this football. He is all over Tomlin, right in his hip pocket, stays off his body as he reaches around and gets an excellent pass breakup.
Castellanos has thrown for over 300 yards. He's rushed for over 100 yards. Let's see what he does here on 3rd and 10. Boston College down 2 timeouts left. Ball on the Eagles 40. Does Florida State come after him here? 5-man rush. He's in trouble. He's tripped up and keeps his balance. And now sacked back at the 25-yard line. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by Florida State. Dennis Briggs scoops it up. Are they going to rule Castellanos down?
The quarterback's knee was down before he lost possession of the ball. It's 4th down.
And now BC will punt it away with 2:40 and counting as Castellanos was down. Wrapped up by Azarie Thomas, initially hit by Kalen DeLoach.
Well, it was Azarie Thomas again on a corner blitz, 2nd time in this possession. He comes clean, doesn't get him initially. DeLoach on the
previous play is under further review.
And Thomas finishes him off, and we'll take a look and see if that knee was down before the ball came out.
Yeah, I want to get another look at that. It's the right decision on 4th and 24. You got to punt the ball. You have 2 timeouts left. But obviously, if Florida State gets a 1st down, can take the clock down, assuming that. Again, let's take another look here. Ball in his right hand, it appears to be secured. Yep, when his right knee is down before the hit comes, and then the ball is free.
Good call in the field.
But you agree with the decision here to punt?
I think you have to.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they've converted on a couple of big 3rd and super longs here in the 2nd half, but 4th and 24, I mean, you're essentially hoping for a miracle. The way your defense has stepped up and played at times in this 2nd half, helping spring this comeback, I think you got to put this game in their hands.
And we talked about 2 timeouts left. Also keep in mind that we're outside of 2 minutes. Right. So if Florida State were to get a 1st down between now and the 2-minute mark, the clock would not stop on the 1st down. That's a new rule this year outside of 2 minutes. First things first, the punt from Lauren D. Loretto. Once assuming that the ruling on the field is confirmed that Castellanos was down, no fumble.
Tom, how about Adam Fuller bringing multiple corner blitzes that led to both sacks on that possession for Boston College? We haven't seen much of that today.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. It's 4th down. The clock will start on my signal.
And they pulled it out seemingly at the perfect time.
Yeah, you're right. And I think obviously what they had been doing, they couldn't get him down through middle pressure and edge pressure, so they had to bring an extra hat and somebody that was more athletic that could run around with him.
Keon Coleman is deep. Keep in mind, Florida State huffed. Kickoff return earlier in the game. Coleman lets it bounce. It hits him, but it goes out of bounds, and it will be Florida State possession with 2:13 to go.
Near disaster for Florida State. Keon Coleman's been so good all year. Quiet today. Ball takes an odd bounce, hits him in the leg, and he helps aid that football out of bounds.
We talked about the maturity of Florida State for a long time, but we're seeing unnecessary mistakes by Florida State here in the 2nd half. You had the muff kickoff. Seen more penalties in the 2nd half.
Fumble. There was a scoop and score that really put Boston College right back in this game. Now they're just hoping they can escape with a win.
You would assume Florida State would run the ball here with 2:05 to go and force BC to use those 2 timeouts.
And this is what championship caliber teams can do. Lean on your offensive line. You got a big physical running back to hand the football off to in Trey Benson. Got to be able to ice this game away by getting a 1st down. Boston College has really...
Please reset the game clock to 2:16. 2:16 on the game clock. Thank you.
He really answered the bell today by slowing down this Florida State running game.
Florida State, ranked 3rd in the country, has to go to Clemson next week. Had a 15-point lead in this game. It's down to 2. Might be able to run out the clock, though. See what happens here on first down. Benson looking for a hole. It's not there. Bottled up after a gain of 2, and BC will use a timeout. 2:11 remaining.
Timeout. Boston College, their second. 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 2:12.
While we have a moment, let's check in with Kevin in the studio.
We have one top 15 upset already. Missouri's Harrison Mevis missed from 53. This one from 61. And it's the difference. They're celebrating in Columbia. The Tigers take down number 15, Kansas State, 30-27. Coming up on ABC, Nick Saban on the road in Tampa. Raymond James taking on USF. The Tide coming off that loss to Texas. You're going to get it here on ABC after our game in Chestnut Hill. Back to you.
And Kevin, despite the opponent committing 17 penalties, Florida State is clinging to a 2-point lead. 2nd and 8. 1 timeout left for BC. Ball on the Noles 36. Toafili, who had that fumble earlier, is in the game at running back. He'll get the carry. Trying to get outside and out of bounds. Let's see where they spot him. Out at the 38, so just a 2-yard gain, and the clock stops with 2:09 to go. BC doesn't have to use a timeout. Big mistake by Toafili.
Massive mistake. You've got to fall down inbounds and keep that clock running. Force Boston College to use a timeout. Really nice job by Azaruko.
The clock restarted. They ruled him out of bounds. The clock is running. We're outside of 2 minutes. Again, the new rule when we're outside of 2 minutes. It stopped, though, for a moment, but on the ready for play, they started. Florida State, though, is going to take it down to about 2 or 3. It still cost the Seminoles some time. They're going to run it on 3rd down and long, and they do not get the first down. And a penalty flag comes in, though, late. It was a late flag thrown on the far side at the 40-yard line. Toafili down short of the line to gain by about 3 yards.
Foul. Face mask.
Oh, my goodness.
Defense, number 35. 15-yard penalty on an automatic first down.
In a game that goes beyond explanation in terms of dumb penalties by one team. That's the 18th penalty, a program record for it to happen on the biggest play. The game's over for all intents and purposes now for Boston College. With 1:30 to go, the clock is moving. They're out of timeouts.
Really summarizes this entire game for Boston College, doesn't it, Dave?
What a way, if you're Boston College, to have this end. Your defense was off the field. You had a chance to get the ball back and win the game with a field goal. Now Florida State just going to run the clock out. Travis backing up and takes a knee to take some more time off the clock. He'll have to snap it one more time, and Florida State's going to escape with a 2-point win. Now, we are showing on our screen that Boston College is out of timeouts.
Timeout. Boston College.
So they must have given BC that timeout back.
Please reset the game clock to 58 seconds.
Because the timeout that was called happened during the face mask, and Jeff Hafley must have pulled it at that point, and they gave it back to him. But now they've used it. Still 2 snaps away for Florida State from ending this game. No timeouts left for BC and 58 seconds on the clock.
18 penalties for 132 yards against Boston College. None more crucial or critical than that face mask on 3rd down. Just Jeff Hafley talked to us about it yesterday, how frustrated he was from the first 2 games. That's something that's got to get corrected throughout the course of ACC play.
One more snap coming, and that's it. And it was John Pupil, a guy that went to Dartmouth, 6th-year player, veterans, played a lot of football. They had Toafili wrapped up 3 yards short of the line to gain. Unnecessary penalty, certainly one of a ton today by BC.
When survive in advance, if you're Mike Norvell in Florida State, big challenge, huge test next week as they go to Clemson, a team that has dominated the ACC for the last decade. And all of a sudden now, it seemed like there was nothing but answers for Florida State, some questions, and I would imagine a lot for Coach Norvell to coach up and teach his team.